Welcome back to the Tidy Maker. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the KC Collectibles Zentradi Gluger action figure version of Doulza. Now, this is the, I guess, fourth sort of color revariation of this mold, and of course they changed the cod piece, a few things. I like a lot about this. This is actually my favorite one they've done so far, and I really wanted to wait and do him when I get a few more in, because that's how I've been doing it. Because there's so many coming. Doing one each kind of seems kind of crazy with the small slight variants, but this one matches the vintage one the closest and matches my mind's eye expectation of the figure the most. The color scheme, the more purple in it, just it works the most for me, the best for me. We're going to compare it to vintage. You can see what I mean, and then we'll compare it to everything that they've made so far. So you're going to get the progression of the first set, which came out looking pinkish, and then we've got gold, we got green as it moves along. And I'll show you all of those characters side by side. We'll get into looking at that. I did get this. It shows the store. Link down below where you can get yours. TH support the reviewer while they still have them in stock. I don't know how long they have in stock. But let's get into taking a look at Doulza. Coming up. All right, here is the packaging for Doulza, and the thing is that you get the brown box special, then you get the nicer box, then it comes with all of his stuff, which looks like all the same stuff we've been getting with these, all the different types of hands, and then the face shield is so that like the next round got this type of face shield, which I like, which is more reminiscent for me, different faces, and the little mini driver to put into wherever you want to put the mini driver. And then one thing I really haven't got into so much is this. It's not really instructions. It is instructions, but it also is showing you how to put them in the mech, which we don't have. And I think this kind of came with the set that already came out, but I didn't get it. I am going to get this by itself. The it's Battle Pod. Yes, I am looking forward to that Battle Pod. Guess they're trying to protect the joints here. I probably already showed this once, but you got to pull this plastic off of here. I don't know if there's a better way to do it than just go out ripping it off. But it's kind of weird, and I'm not sure how it does. It protect the paint? Does it protect the joint? I'm not really sure. But yeah, right out of the box, you've got to do that. And you know, the big difference between this one and the other ones we've taken a look at is the head sculpt, and with that, that's a very memorable head sculpt, and it is pretty intense right there. That dude's crazy. His eyes look kind of insane, but very reminiscent. Let's see here. This is a separate piece. The whole kind of overlay there, that's its separate piece. That would pop off, I think. Let's not pop that off. Let's try not to pop anything off. Let's try not to pop that off today while we do this. So a couple of things do pop off. And I'm going to be popping the hands off. It'll initially come with sort of semi-open hands. Slap. Well, it's not really a slapping hand. It is kind of a hand that looks like you should have some in and out on it a bit. But let's go ahead and get right into articulation before we armor him up. It'll be easier. All right, head on a ball joint, and is it double dog bone? No, but he does get quite a bit. It has, yeah, it is double dog bone in there. And then we can get this far to the back with the shoulders. And then we have the bicep swivel, 360. So it gets all that you need. It's not double jointed at the elbow. It kind of gets what you would need. Feels like you can flex it a little bit more. Got torso. Oh, and check this out. I got some plastic in here in the lower waist piece. What a waste of plastic. And so you've got right here the torso and then at the waist. But then with all the extra gear that's on it, you got to kind of push it down to get full range out of it. And then I don't want to pop the cod piece off, but we can go past the 90 to the front, past the 90 to the back, some thigh swivel, the knee. Now I think the knees are double jointed, So you got all that range there, the double jointedness, and then the feet. You got this toe movement, but not much side to side on it. Just kind of some toe movement, which I'm okay. I prefer a stable figure over crazy dynamic feet movement. All right, let's get into building some heads. You have this two heads actually, two additional heads that can be built, and I'm gonna push this into here. You could put on the face shield like that over the face and call it a day. And on top of that, I guess with the face shield on, you could still put that piece on. But that's not what I really want to do. And there's two different types of face shields. Not really sure what the difference is. Slightly different. But I'm going to have mine set up like this with the head, and then it's got this shield to go over it, which is kind of how I look at this. It's kind of reminiscent. I don't know, would it have been better just to make helmets for this? Because the helmets are always, they have to be too big. So that's kind of why they go this route. So pop that off, pop this on. This is going to be my setup, my helmet, my head setup, but it's going to take a little bit of work here. Don't forget there's the zombie skull head, but I don't know, referred to as zombie. Right now here he is all armored up, and similar to a lot of the other ones we've done. I will say this. I don't know why he came 3 weeks after the rest of them, but I have had the cod piece didn't fall off, the back piece didn't fall off, so maybe they've fixed some tolerances on him. Falling over because I am rotating him, and these figures do feel a little bit top heavy, by the way. I don't know why. There's not a lot of extra plastic there, but you know, there are 4-inch figures. But yeah, I think he looks good. Looks really good. I like them. I mean, such a massive upgrade from the vintage, which we're going to get into that comparison here in a bit. And I guess I have to show the vintage, and it's kind of similar to what we've seen with these other modern figures. So here's a nice little evolution of the figures. So we started out with this guy over here, and as you can see, the colors aren't quite what I remember, like the toys and stuff, but in the show, of course, it's probably more accurate to the show. Then we moved on to these guys where they actually had the helmets that I remember from the toy and the face masks and stuff. And then now here we are. And so a nice little evolution. Lots of different colors, lots of different figures. Pretty interesting. Pretty nice looking display. And these are closer to 4.5-inch figures. So 3.75, probably 4.5 to 5-inch figures. And they're bigger than 3.75. But if you really look at it, this is probably the closest that we get to the vintage Matchbox look. And yeah, it does really look cool. This just brings back lots of memories of vintage stuff and all that fun stuff. But troop building these can get expensive. Also, I mean, this is kind of troop building, but each one's got their own personality, their own faces and stuff, which is better than just buying the same figure over and over. But you still buy the same figure over and over with different faces and heads. Don't be fooled on that one. That's what's going on here. But I do like the fact that they give us like different color variations of their uniforms to match the show. So that works. All right, so this is my look at the KC Collectibles Zentradi Gluger action figure version of Doulza. And we have actually seen this figure in other recarnations, the green, the gold, the pinkish hue, and all of that. But I do like what they've done with the figure, the character, and how you get this whole army, and they all look a little bit different, which is kind of fun and kind of good in a way, kind of like Clone Wars. But my concern was, and still is, if I don't keep up with these when they sell out, if I decide to get one, where would I get it? I don't know. Where would you get this? Well, you can get this at showzstore.com, and I'll have a link down below where you can get yours, and whichever ones are still left in stock. And yeah, they're pricey, like $55, but cheaper than the secondary market, way cheaper, and I just don't know where else you'd get them other than Shozy Store. So let me know what you think about this. Do you like the whole line that they've done so far and the different color variations, all that? Which one would be your favorite color variation? In all reality, this one is my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite. So mostly because it matches the vintage. But let me know in the comments below, like, subscribe, and Tidy Hanger out.